already.
Yeah, I'm doing it for OBS. All right. Yeah, so welcome back to the Stand and Drink podcast with me, the intelligent one here, Bo, and the not so intelligent Brendan.
I call bullshit.
Well, I mean, I've been working on, actually, trying to run it through, the computer and all that kind of stuff instead of doing it through the SD card because, it only was doing 20-minute blocks.
Yeah, you got to remember, I'm not as computer literate as you.
Yeah, well, I'm still not that computer literate.
Compared to me.
Oh, that's true, I guess. I'll just turn that down a little bit. There we go. That looks a lot better. At least I don't even have to rely on that. I can actually just look at the computer and go, oh, there we go.
Yeah, which helps a little bit.
Yeah, so, and especially when the screen's facing my way and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, BioMutant. Obviously, we'll just get that one over and done with. Obviously, that's the big topic that you really want to get into the most.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Tomorrow morning, I'm gonna be so tired.
Well, think about it. About what time does EB open? 9 o'clock or something.
8:30, 9 o'clock. Yeah.
And what time are you planning on getting down there?
8:30, 9 o'clock.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, I'll be up at 7:30. Yeah. God knows, fingers crossed I don't go to sleep too late.
Yeah. Well, we'll
with our sleeping habits, God knows.
Oh yeah, our sleeping habits are all fucked. All right, so you're gonna have to actually inform me what is BioMutant? Because I haven't really looked too much into it because obviously I've been focused on work and other things.
Okay, so BioMutant is a massive open world. You know how big Breath of the Wild is, yeah?
Yeah, I'm pretty familiar with Breath of the Wild.
Okay, you know how big Horizon Zero Dawn is?
It was all right size.
Okay, Breath of the Wild, for example, is 72 kilometers squared in its size. BioMutant 64.
Oh, okay, so it's around the size of
it's not
Horizon.
Yeah, it's Horizon's I think about 56.
Yeah.
So it's bigger than Horizon, but a little bit smaller than Breath of the Wild. So it's fucking huge, and from what I've seen, it's got all the different areas have their own different biomes. So you've got freezing biomes, you've got superheated biomes, radioactive, poison, and all the customization you do at the start. You pick certain resistances, certain playstyles, and everything that you pick changes how your character looks.
Oh, so it's sort of like transmog, sort of in a way.
Yeah, so if you lean it more towards, say, radioactive resistance, you might start seeing green fur or speckles all over the creature's fur.
Oh, okay, I've got it. Yeah, because that sort of reminds me of how Fable 3 was with the weapons. If you started killing, more, goblins or something, then your weapons started looking more like they do additional damage to goblins, but they start looking like goblish weapons.
Yeah.
So it's sort of going in that way of
just to a next extreme.
Yeah.
Even picking whether you're gonna be dex positive or strength. If you're strength, you're gonna be a big brutish creature, but if you go high intelligence, your head's obviously gonna be bigger.
Yeah.
With a smaller frame. But if you go more agility, your head's going to be a bit smaller, and your body's going to be leaner. So everything that you set changes your appearance.
Okay. So what is the game actually about? That's the main thing.
From what I've seen, watched, everything like that, pretty much it's post-apocalyptic. And there's one, it's running on the premise of Yggdrasil. Tree of Life.
Yep.
And there's corruption happening again to the tree, so it's starting to kill everything.
Okay.
And they've said that in the game there's also a karma system, so you can either help restore the tree to its full glory or help it, die.
Okay.
And from what I've seen is there's 3 tribes each. So there's 3 tribes that are going towards the negative, 3 tribes going towards the positive. So there is going to be a karma system, as well as from what I've heard as well, there's also going to be New Game Plus where you carry over everything as well.
Okay.
There is a lot of loot mechanics. So better gear, not only say you'll get multiple of the same type of gear, but it might have like it might be better quality, so more stars, obviously.
Yeah.
But then also the fabric and materials, it might be named the same, but the fabric and materials that it's made out of might change.
Okay. So, but it's so in a way, it's going on the line of like a loot and shoot style, basically.
Yeah, just but won't know for 100%. Like I've seen a little bit gameplay, but you know what I'm like. I don't like to spoil myself too much.
Yeah, unless I get involved.
Yeah, like I read a little bit about it, but I won't. Like I don't want to spoil myself too much with how it plays and everything like that. I want to experience it myself instead of just watching someone else and go, oh, okay, so this is what I'm in for. No, I want to jump in the deep end and go, fuck, what am I supposed to do now?
Yeah, no, I definitely get where you're coming from and all that kind of stuff, especially with like AAA releases and all that kind of stuff. I'm sort of like, I love to go into like the deep end and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But when it comes into sort of like some games that are in early access or done by like indie developers and all that kind of stuff, I tend to, go on YouTube and watch, some videos on it just to see what the game is like and all that kind of stuff before I commit to that.
You got to admit though, the quality of indie developers has skyrocketed over the years.
That's true. There's still a lot of shit indie games out there, but
that's like there's going to be shit indie games. I mean, we're talking about thousands upon thousands of different developers developing groups, and then you have some that wasn't Setsuna's Sacrifice originally an indie firm.
I think so.
Enter the Gungeon, obviously.
Yeah.
Dodge Roll.
Yeah.
Fuck. What are they? Mental blank. Hello Games was originally indie.
It's still indie.
Yeah, but
now it's mainstream.
Yeah. But yeah, the quality of indie developers are just coming up, so you can't really say, like you can't expect the worst from indie developers. Like you see a game on Steam or PlayStation for like $3, and it's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those ones that are gonna hand me my ass and like massive difficulty spike. Might be fun, might be hard. Like there's a few that I want to get. That I'm watching some YouTubers play. Then it's like, I might get that. Like,
well, that's why I jump on some, especially with, like I said, when it comes with the indie games and all that kind of stuff. Because there's only about 3 or 4, YouTubers that I follow that that are like Let's Players and all that kind of stuff that I watch on a regular basis, and I trust their like opinions and all that kind of stuff, and just the way they play and the kinds of games that they play, which is a lot of indie style games, and a lot of the games that I actually have on Steam are because of these particular kind of content creators that are on the platform, like RimWorld. I got that back when it came out in alpha.
You and bloody RimWorld, I swear to God.
Yeah, I've about 700-800 hours in it. I mean, and I got that back in Alpha 6. Yeah, Alpha 15. I got that back in Alpha 15, which was about 4 something years ago or whatever that was. And clocked in about nearly 700 hours. I'm thinking about jumping back into it. I just
also look at Satisfactory as well. That's also it's picking up. Like they're adding more and more to it.
But I think I can. Well,
I've seen some things that people have built in Satisfactory, and that's blown my mind.
Yeah, but with Satisfactory, it's because it's such a huge game. This game's going to be in early access for so many years, man.
Yeah,
it's going to be because obviously they don't want to release this game now because it's still unfinished. And then obviously they're going to maybe release some expansion packs or some DLC and all that kind of stuff. But but this game is still, I would say in a way it's still, you can release it now, basically as a full game. But I feel as though that the developers are still not ready to release it because there's still obviously so much that they want to add into it before they release the game.
Yeah, they're like, okay, we've got a product, we've got a working base, and it's like, before we release it as a full-blown game, we personally want to add more to it. Well, make it a more satisfying
Well, that's experience. Also the issue as well, because I think the price of it is around, $40 to $50 Australian.
Yeah, I think that's how much it was when I got it as well.
Yeah, it's around that area. And the thing is, it's sort of like, if you release it as a full game now, like, do you still charge the same price, or do you bump it up to it for an extra few dollars?
Yeah, like, but at the same time, like, if they keep on adding stuff to it, and then wanting to fully release it, it's like all the stuff's everyone that's wanted to play it already has the early access.
Yeah.
So they won't get there if they try and up the price. It's like, well, these people already got it, or the people that, or your target audience have already got it.
Yeah. Well, like I said, like, you know, there's already these huge sort of, like, you know, spans between, like, you know, the next version before the next version, because the one when we got it, well, when I got it mainly, it was in like version 0.03 or whatever, or 0.3, I should say, 0.3, which is still in the alpha phase or beta alpha phase, and now it's only up to its 0.4.
Yeah.
So technically, there's still another 6 versions, or like smaller versions and all that, like hot fixes and some more small patch modes.
Yeah.
But until it hits its 5th and 6th and 7th, etc., till it hits full release, there's still another 6 versions to be released. And, you know, this game's already been out for like nearly 4 or 5 years at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, like, again, with I do have a lot of indie games that actually do have on there, like Medieval Dynasty.
Yeah, you're still waiting for that to come out with a few more patches,
aren't you? Well, it's already up to 0.5 now.
Ooh,
so
they're progressing quite quickly.
Yeah, but I've got a bit of an issue with that developer.
Yeah.
They've already started to work on another game. It's Wild West Dynasty.
Yeah, I say finish what you're doing first before you move.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. I'm gonna hold off on that one because it's like, you're still working on Medieval Dynasty, which is, you know, really fun and, you know, pretty well. It's so far well done, well made, because it's not really that handholdy, but it sort of goes, you know, but it really throws you out there.
Yeah.
But
as you said, you can make your own bloody village.
Well, yeah, that's the whole idea.
Yeah.
But it is a literal grind to get some of the stuff going.
Oh,
it is a big grind. Like, to even, like, you know, to start bringing into people into your settlement and all that kind of stuff. You need to have, like, you know, this, and it takes you, like, I think before I even got my first one, in like another playthrough when it was like 0.3 or 0.4, whenever I last played it, which has been almost several months at this point, I played the game for a solid like 8 to 10 hours just to get prepared to have people start coming in. So this is a game where
you have to invest your time into it.
It is I'm assuming for other people, you know, they're probably going to be going, I did it within my first hour. But it's like, but if you want to be like fully prepared, you know, you got to make sure, food's coming in. You got a steady source of food coming in. Do you have the steady source of wood coming through? Do you have the facilities to build and upgrade yourself? Like, it's just...
Yeah, because you're like me. You prefer to get everything set before you move on.
Well, I don't mind, like, you know, progressing as it is, but...
Let's be honest, you're a min-maxer in your own sort of way.
I am. I mean, it's going to be a while before I start playing any games because...
Mass Effect. Mass Effect.
Yes, the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. So I've already sunk in, 21 hours in to finish the first game.
And how many are you into the second one?
I'm just under 10 hours into this one, so I'm already halfway through, well, not half.
You're not halfway through it.
I'm about a third of the way through it already.
Bullshit.
No, I've just hit, I'm sort of doing some of the DLC missions, because I don't want to really progress the story too far just yet. But, yeah, I'm close to maybe a quarter to a third of the way finished of the game already.
Wow.
Oh, man. Yeah, so, yeah. And,
And isn't the third one bigger?
The third one's even bigger. Because there's a lot more you have to do. And plus, the multiplayer is also a big factor in it as well, because the multiplayer sort of helps you out in the end of the game.
In the final sequence.
Which is, I hate that fucking concept, but whatever. But then, a couple of hours ago, when I was actually playing it, Mass Effect 2, I was sitting there playing and I'm going, oh, fuck. I have to play this all over again. but as a female shepherd.
Why do you have to play all through it again as a female shepherd?
Because then I can do the male romances.
Oh, you're trying to get all the achievements as well.
Oh, not so much. I just like the stories behind them.
We both know you're going for Garrus.
I don't think Garrus is an option, to be actually honest. Or maybe he is. I honestly don't know. Like, it's been so many years since I've
Well,
played.
him and who was it? I told you. Remember when I told you that if you don't hook up. No, I think Garrus is an option because if you don't hook up with him, he ends up hooking up with Talia.
Tali, yes.
Oh, Tali.
Yeah, but funny enough, you can actually have that avoided as well by not, because
by not recruiting Tali.
No, you have to recruit. No, well, I mean that too. But or you can kill her or let her die, I should say. But
You're
basically,
an evil prick.
I never have. I cannot ever bring myself to do Renegade.
Yep.
Ever. I don't know what it is. It's like I try doing it once, and then I'm like, oh no, I actually feel
like. Yeah, like I'm the same. I can't bring myself to play an evil character. I mean, it was so hard going through the Infamous games as an evil character.
Yeah, and like the whole idea is that you are the bad guy.
Yeah, and it's like I don't like blowing all these people up, but I want the achievements.
Yeah. Well, then how did you feel about Prototype? Because
surprisingly not as bad.
Yeah.
Because Infamous, it like going bad really affects you.
Yeah.
Prototype, I'm slaughtering people by the thousands and nothing's changing.
Yeah, that's true. But then, you are someone who doesn't even understand who you are or what you are and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, the main character, spoilers for the first Prototype, the main character in the first one is the big bad guy for the second one.
I hated that. That was so stupid.
Because he's, like, canonically he just went bad. So I was like,
yeah,
I'm going to slaughter people. And, I mean, hell, there's challenges in it where how many people can you kill in a set amount of time?
Yeah, that's true. But, back to the main topic, which is obviously Mass Effect and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, so a quarter to the third way through the bloody DLC. Oh, not the DLC.
The game.
The game. And then I'm starting to do some of the DLC missions and all that kind of stuff. And, yeah. Oh, shit.
You're an idiot.
Yep, sorry. Oh.
Is that your mother?
That was my mum, actually. I will explain to her after why I hung up on her. She probably assumes that I'm at work.
Yep.
And I'm going to turn around and go, no, I'm actually recording the podcast. I was like, oh. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
But, so
that's why I keep my phone in the lounge when we do this.
Yeah, I understand. I'm going to actually put that on
silent.
Mute. So it doesn't even vibrate.
Good boy.
Yeah. Yeah, so it wasn't that important, which is good. So, some of the DLC missions fall a bit flat in this one.
Yeah.
I mean, God, I liked Mass Effect 1, but all the side missions, they're all so boring they are. They are really boring.
But that, with what I'm playing right now, Yakuza 0.
Yeah.
Same thing with that is the side missions, there's just so much fucking talking and it's just for minuscule things.
Yeah.
But it's I'm going to tell you how I bought this packet of ramen. I'm going to take half an hour to explain how I bought it.
Yeah. Yeah, I cannot. Yeah.
That's even the side missions. The story I can understand, but a lot of dialogue and everything like that. It's all good. But the side, when I first encountered Moneybags.
Yeah.
Next, I'm standing there for 10 minutes rapidly pressing X because it's just going on and on and on and on. It's like, please, God, as Goro Mojima, can I just take my knife and split him in two?
Yeah. But, those side missions in Mass Effect 1 they were not worth it. They're just so fucking boring.
Yeah, but every game has that issue of how, there's always going to be some failing in every game.
Yeah.
And getting the pacing right for missions and things like that can be very, very difficult.
Oh, yeah. But, that's, so, that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing straight after this is jumping back on.
back on the Mass Effect 2.
Mass Effect, because, I've still got about another 15 hours left in it. Maybe I can bum rush it, because that's also the thing as well with Mass Effect 2, which was a major improvement over Mass Effect 1. The missions are actually shorter.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're running like you're not having to go through like massive long corridors, and these missions take so long because, like I said, I think there's literally about, including the very first mission, it's what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Count in your head.
like 7. That's about it, really. There's about 7 missions, but each one takes like nearly an hour plus to do.
Yeah.
Because they're just so long and dragged out, basically.
Like, that's where they do call it a space opera.
Oh, God. Could have been just a freaking television series, to be actually honest, not a fucking opera. But, yeah, so that's been what's on my mind lately for, like, the last week and a half, basically.
Yeah.
And like I told you as well, like, I told you, like, you know, how most of the achievements I'm getting are, like, basically, you know, I'm within, like, the top 10% and the top 5% of people getting these achievements. And I told you, it's like, it's either people are just live streaming it and, you know, playing it slow. Like, I'm a lot quicker than what they are, because a lot of people that I've seen, you know, on Twitch and YouTube that are streaming it are sort of, like, a little bit behind where I'm compared to. Or it's like, oh, I totally overestimated how much hype this game was going to get, because I was just like, as soon as it's like I knew it was coming, I was like, yep, that's me.
Yeah, like I'm planning to get it at some point, but right now it's just I'm focusing on a few other things. Like once I get bored with, like, bad habit, as you know, with me is like I'll play a game, then I'll get a little bored with it and go back onto something else. At least right now I've got, like, my fallback is I'm going through Yakuza series.
Yeah.
So I play through the first, play through 0, go through BioMutant, then I start Kiwami.
Yeah. And at least with the Mass Effect series, at least you won't get bored with it, because
no, I'd get bored with it.
No, but
I've gotten bored with it before.
Yeah, but at least, well, I mean,
because as you said, it does drag on.
It does drag on, but if you can finish it within, like, you know, 20 to 30 hours or whatever it is, at least, you know, each game is unique in its gameplay, game style, and all, and the story and all that kind of stuff. So it actually changes up so much each time. So it's not like it's you know, it's all just the same content for, like, you know, 3 or 4 different games, basically. Like, you know, some developers do, they just copy and paste a lot of their games, basically.
Okay, well, so take a break from games for the time being for that subject?
I think we might have to. I think we talked, I don't know how long, but we talked long enough for games a little bit.
What would you like next?
Well, do you have anything in mind?
I've got a few things, but after you, sir.
All right. Obviously, this is a bit of old news, but crypto's crashed.
Thank you, Elon Musk.
Oh, Elon Musk, definitely.
And then, as you said, China as well.
Because basically China's starting to crack down on, you know, crypto's investments within China, because they sort of, from what if I had to guess, it would be because they want to because, you know, a lot of money can get funneled in through crypto.
Yep.
And it can just
and thus it's becoming untaxed.
Yeah, basically, and if you move it, and you know, I'm assuming crypto, you can hide it like really easily.
Yeah, you can hide it on a USB.
That's what I mean. So basically,
you can hide it on a micro SD card.
Yeah, so China's basically starting to move on to banning that, and obviously Elon Musk, you know, with that pitiful appearance on, like, you know,
on
SNL, and then, you know. Then a couple of days later, tweets out, like, you know, Tesla will no longer be accepting Bitcoin as a form of acceptable form of currency for a purchase of a Tesla.
Yeah,
because people who mine and buy Bitcoin use fossil fuels for the computers or the phones or whatever they do to mine it or buy it. You know, uses fossil fuels to power it. I'm like, you fuck. And then I remember as soon as that announcement came on, because I don't have a lot of crypto investment, but I've got like at the time I just had over like $1,000 worth, or a couple $100 worth of the assets.
Yep.
Or whatever amount I spent. And I remember, you know, Bitcoin at the time was sitting at about $75,000 to $76,000. Yeah, I just watched it plummet to about where it was when with just Elon, about $49,000 to $50,000, and then as soon as the China announced it was going to be, it just went boof.
It just dropped to, like, as you said, what, about 20K?
I
30K.
I think the lowest it went was about $35,000 to $40,000 per Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then, you know, a lot of crypto just woof, like the like legit coins and the shit coins. But the legit coins, every crypto just went woof. Because there's one that I've been looking into investing, but it was just a bit too high at the time, and it was sitting at about like $2.80. It's down last time I checked about $1.33. Yeah, it was just interesting. Like the fact that like mainly obviously like the main instigator of this whole bloody thing, and everyone still kind of blames is Elon Musk.
Yeah,
this guy who is all about the future and innovations and all that decent, like, and obviously he was a big advocate for sort of like not so much like Dogecoin, but like crypto in general. That for him just turn around and go, yeah, nah, fuck crypto, basically. I'm like, oh, mate, he's serious.
But you can't really blame one man. Like, here's the thing, like, it's everyone. Here's the thing, there's so many things behind what's obvious as well. You can't, like, everyone's just finding a focus instead of having a look at everything. They're narrow visioned.
Yeah, but because Elon is a cult of personality, and it's almost I say cult of personality, but like it's sort of like the people who at the time when Jordan Peterson was at his high, there was that whole it was like virtually like a cult.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong. I at the time I really didn't. I enjoyed a lot what Jordan Peterson had to say and all that kind of stuff, and made me sort of reflect on a few things. But he was a very very charismatic sort of person and all that kind of stuff, and he had this rabid fan base, like a lot of fan bases are. Anytime there's a fan base to something, instantly ruined. Look at Rick and Morty.
Yeah, there's the thing. I've never really been a fan of Rick and Morty personally, but then again, I think it's just one of those types of shows that humor that I just don't get.
Don't get me wrong. I really enjoyed Rick and Morty and all that kind of stuff, but a lot of the fans were just fucking. Oh, they ruined it. They were bad.
Need what you say, Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy fans.
That's what Final Fantasy fan, like any fan, like anything that has like
the fake Star Wars fan base right now.
Oh, okay. Now that's piqued my interest. Okay, I think. Oh God, should we fit? Yeah, I think we're finished on with the crypto, and I think or maybe we'll finish up with the cult of personalities. I think that's going to be where we're at. But I really want to hear about this Star Wars, was it?
Yeah.
All right, but we're not. So that's what I've definitely noticed. Like anything that really starts getting like a heavy following, that like the fan base is just going to be toxic. It's going to be like I can already see it happening with Invincible. It's going to happen with it.
Yeah.
When the second season comes out, when it does, because it's already been announced that I think they've already got up to like season 3. They've confirmed that they're going to be doing season 3 to it as well, I believe. Don't quote me on that actually, but it's definitely going to get a second season.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. It was too popular.
Oh yeah, and and I reckon the fan base is just going to ruin it. I reckon, but. Yeah, but anything, like I said, like anything that sort of starts getting like, this rabid sort of fan base behind it, it sort of starts to, manifest itself into this weird dichotomy of where like this person, whatever they say is gold.
Yep.
And, a lot of people do have this person has like a lot of influence because, especially with Elon, the fact that as soon as he turned around and said, no more bloody, we're not going to be accepting crypto, boom, instant.
Crash.
It basically started to crash it. And now, is that because, did the fans turn around and listen to what he had to say and like, okay, well then Bitcoin's not worth it anymore? Or was that because other people heard about what was going on and said, well, Bitcoin, basically. But that again, I don't know because I didn't really follow the story that much. I only just knew about the tweet and all I knew about was Bitcoin went down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. So
like I've heard snippets here and there, but nothing really conclusive. But that's the same with most things like that. Is you can't get conclusive.
Yeah.
You just get a whole lot of what's the term? Conjecture.
Yeah, but at the same time though, but it is also the market of crypto as well because crypto is very volatile. It will go up and down. It's not like actual stocks. That's the problem.
It goes up and down on a whim.
Oh, like one day, look at the rise of Bitcoin.
Yeah.
That says it enough, basically. The fact that, like, no one even paid any, like, major, like, you know, like, Wall Street and all that kind of stuff didn't even, like, want anything to do with Bitcoin. Like, toss it aside, you know, the fact that, like, you know, Bitcoin was sort of used as a joke, especially in, like, a lot of StarCraft tournaments.
Yep.
You know, like, some of the tournaments would be like, you know, oh, here's a first place $1,000 cash prize, second place 500, third 250. Oh, fourth place, yeah, you get like 25 Bitcoin.
And now it's worth more than first place.
That's what I mean. So Bitcoin at the time was
more.
Yeah. So crypto's always been volatile. It is extremely volatile, but like I said to you earlier today, I think it's a pretty good time to start investing in it because it will start to stabilize itself. Eventually. It may, like, I've already bought of this sort of, like, I believe it's going to be more of a shit coin than a legit coin. I've already bought about 5.5 million coins, which only cost me like $75 to $100.
Yep.
But that coin is literally, I'm just set it aside and just let it go.
Yeah.
Like, I do not care. If it goes up, it goes up. If it goes down, it goes down. So I either lose $100 or I make $5.3 million if it ever hits $1.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. So I literally, for me, $100 investment, I don't give a shit about this coin at all. So if it turns into something, I'm good. So I think enough about that. Like, now I want to hear about this Star Wars. Like, you really now peaked me. Now we've got a topic now.
Okay, so Brie Larson's coming into Star Wars.
Oh, what? I thought that was rumored. Like, I knew she wanted to. I've
seen 3 YouTubers all commenting on it, and as recently as 2 days ago.
Obviously, one of them would be the quartering.
Yes.
Yeah, that's about as much as I know. Depends on who you say. That's as well, because then I can sort of get a gauge of where this is going.
Let me think, because I haven't watched YouTube for a few. Well, I haven't watched YouTube really since last week Wednesday.
Yeah.
No, fuck, Thursday.
Thursday, yeah, because that was your day off.
And then just haven't stopped.
Yeah.
But yeah, quartering. What was it? Quartering. Sorry, my memory's shocking right now. I think it's just more like not ones I normally watch, and I just went.
Oh, so it's just like recommended, basically. Yeah. All right, so
but the quartering is the main one. So has her possibly joining the Star Wars, but she's also been making demands of Disney for her star in it.
That's what I was. But like, I remember that I know she wanted to be a part of the Star Wars franchise. Like, she wanted something to do with it. That's as much as I remember. So. Is it confirmed she's doing something?
That I'm not 100% sure on, because I haven't. Like I said, I haven't watched you. I haven't watched anything for 4 or 5 days. So
yeah. So we got Brie Larson that wants to get involved in the
We got more woke outrage for Star Wars from fake fans. People that just want everything to be woke and punishing everyone else.
Because that's what I was about to ask. So what is the actual issue? That's the thing. So what's the issue behind with Brie Larson?
The issue not so much behind Brie Larson, but Disney itself called its actual fans fake fans.
Oh, what?
So they've pretty much turned around and says, "Oh, we're sick of all our fake fans being angry at our changes."
Jesus. Oh, that's rough. Holy shit. So, like,
there's also a lot of rumors saying Kathleen Kennedy's days are numbered.
Oh yeah, nah. She who is it? I remember actually seeing an article. It's
a bald-headed man. I forget his name though.
Oh, but he's I think he had something to do with the Marvel department, didn't he? It's not the head of Marvel, but it's someone who I reckon it's like I don't want to freaking look at it on my phone, so I'm going to put that away.
Yeah, we really need to start doing a bit more research. And like I said, we need to start planning shit, dot points, and a little bit of research.
Yeah, that would help, I guess. But I
it
think
would more than fucking help.
Yeah.
It'd at least give us running points.
All right, well, then we'll start doing it. We'll do it next week for the podcast. We'll actually have like a sheet of paper in front of us.
No, not a sheet of paper, just like a notepad and all that, so we can just run notes and
This
shit like
is
that.
my school project. Hope you enjoy.
This is what Bo needs to do to be a functioning adult.
So, but what does Disney consider to be the fake fans?
The ones that are pissed off about them going all woke.
So they are potentially talking about the original trilogy fans. So the ones who were like 50 to 60-year-olds who were watching Star Wars before Disney had anything to do with it.
Or the ones that grew up with Star Wars and started out with the original trilogy.
Or the original the prequels.
Yeah.
Or anything, like I said, anything to do before, Disney's involved.
Yeah.
So they're the fake fans now?
Pretty much.
Jesus Christ. So where did this come from? Like, who made the official statement? That's the main...
I'm not... Like I said, this is just something I heard last week, and it was on quartering. But yeah, you know what I'm like. I there's a lot of stuff that sticks.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of stuff that don't, because I use it as background.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but yeah, like I kept on pausing game and watching little snippets. But honestly, with how exhausted I've been, my memory's not that great.
Yeah, that's
for the
true.
last
But Jesus Christ, like. The fact that you turn it like whoever made that tweet or whoever came out with that statement is basically
that sentence.
That's still a statement, basically.
Yeah, that's career suicide right there.
Yeah, that's their job. They're done at Disney. Like, you're done. All right, Jesus Christ. Like, I have no problem with Brie Larson, coming into, the Disney universe. Like,
no,
honestly,
neither do I. But all I want them to stop doing is putting down and making like everything that happened before either it's all bad, it's all crap, da da da. Look at this new shiny.
Yeah,
they need to stop basically making new characters and putting them over the corpses of the old.
They're gonna milk that. Don't worry. Look at
what happened when Luke Skywalker came into the Mandalorian.
That's what I was literally about to say.
Yeah.
But
look at the new comic book they've released that made Yoda look like a piece of crap.
Oh really? I haven't even seen that. To be
honest, it's new comic. They've had it out for a bit. I've seen Yellow Flash report on it, Clownfish TV and Quartering all report on it.
Yeah.
More often than not, Clownfish TV, I definitely would back, believe him 100%. But yeah, they've made Yoda out to be like this just utter piece of shit. And it's like this new female protagonist, this new ethnic female LBGT protagonist is so much better than everyone else.
Yeah, I guess that that would be a problem with it. With a lot of Star Wars fans and all that kind of stuff, because it's sort of being force fed into this whole woke culture and shit.
That's media in general. We're getting force fed all this crap for people that just want. All they are the people with the loudest voices. They're not the they're not the majority. They're not everyone that wants it. Yeah. They're just the ones with the loudest voices because everyone else is getting silenced.
Yeah, that's true. But I think I don't know. I think there's nothing else I can really add to with Disney and Brie Larson and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, neither can I. I need to like I said, we need to do a bit more.
We can probably
research.
talk about it next week. I think when more information. I'm assuming if this only came out a couple of days ago.
Last week.
Yeah, I'm assuming there'll be more information about it. So I think there's going to be another question I want to ask you actually now. And I told you, we'll leave it for the podcast later on today.
Yeah.
So Army of the Dead. Is it Army of the Dead?
Army of the Dead with Dave Bautista and a few other cast members now on Netflix.
Oh, so wait, it was on Netflix?
On Netflix.
So no cinematic release?
No, it was Netflix original.
Okay, yeah. So, okay, directed by,
Feige.
but Zack Snyder directed it. Or did he produce it?
Produce it.
I swear.
I think I'm not.
No,
too...
I'm pretty. No. Because I remember when the trailer first came out.
Yep.
And it was directed by. No, it's directed by Zack Snyder.
Okay. Yeah, I saw his name on the credits at the starting credits, but
I think he directs it.
It is a pile of shit.
Yeah. Well, you already know my opinions on Zack Snyder, but we'll leave that till afterwards. So tell us. Okay, before anything, if you had to give it a rating out of 10, so we'll go IMDb basically,
Yep.
and they do out of 10 instead of doing 100%. We'll do IMDb style. So out of 10, so what would you give it? Stars.
3 with a middle finger.
3 stars. Whoa, that's bad. Like,
Because simple fact is, when you go see a zombie, or when you want to watch a zombie film, what do you expect?
All right. Oh, I think for me, it's intensity. So, when I say intensity, I mean you look at very well done zombie movies, and I think the best example is the 28 Days Later and the 28 Weeks Later.
Yeah, they're fucking brilliant.
That's what I mean. So when I expect, especially with zombies, it's sort of like intensity. You know,
you want to watch something and go, oh shit, they are like, you want to be on the edge of the seat. It's
exactly.
Like,
so that's especially with zombies, because it's sort of like, because we've obviously moved away from the slow movers, and it's all about relatively fast movers and like your sprinters and that. So it's all about the
anxiety.
The exact anxiety, and also because, in most zombie movies, zombies outweigh humans because there's so many of them. So it's just like that whole like,
it's
shit.
the mass.
Exactly. So I know the Army of the Dead gets that. They get the fast movers and they get the intent, like the amount of them. But so instead of that, so what do you expect from a zombie movie? That's
me. I'm about the same. Like I expect the intensity. I expect the anxiety. I expect to watch it and go, oh shit, this is gonna go bad real quick.
Okay.
And I just like the constant thing of, excuse me, will they survive? Won't they? Will they? Won't they? Will they? Won't they?
That too as well, because it's always fun to pick out, who's going to make it, or when someone's going to die.
And honestly, fucking, it also did a massive, massive cliche that I'm so sick and tired of.
Oh, what's the cliche?
Stupid person doesn't do what they're told,
and then at the end redeems himself.
Nope. And thanks to them, a lot of people die, and no one blames them.
Oh, yep. Fair enough. Yeah, I know that trope. Yeah, that.
It's like, you're the reason everything went to shit.
Okay. All right, so you gave it the 3 stars. Why 3 stars? That's probably the more important question.
Okay, for a zombie flick, honestly, yeah. It had one bit of intensity, and that was about it.
Okay.
This is a 2-hour-long film.
2 hours.
And one suspenseful moment, but you saw it coming from a mile away. The whole fucking film saw a whole coming from a mile away. It goes from... Also, it's a zombie movie. You think, oh, it's going to be action-packed, blow your heads off, da-da-da-da. No, it turns into a sappy story about someone trying to reconnect with their daughter.
Oh,
and said
so
daughter's
the side story is literally a daughter with daddy issues, basically.
Yeah.
That's basically, yeah, so the side story is the daddy issues.
Yeah, and the daughter's the one that fucked it.
Oh, so she's, oh, God.
Well, not so much fucked it, but she's the reason why a few more people died more than they had to.
Oh, Jesus. So how was the pacing? Because what I look for in movies and all that kind of stuff.
Honestly, they should have gotten into the fucking quarantine zone faster.
How long does it take them to get into quarantine?
Out of a 2-hour movie, about 45 minutes.
No. So almost half the movie and you don't see zombies?
Oh, you see them, but they don't get into the shit until...
Okay, but so Jesus Christ. Because you serious? Like, so
Did I stutter?
So almost halfway through the movie, and they don't even get into the shit. Basically, oh my god, that's bad. Because the way as most modern movies are, there's 3 acts to a movie. You know, there's the start, then there's the middle, then there's the bulk of it, which is the second act, and the third act is the conclusion.
Yeah.
Usually, you know, in the first act, you usually want to have the start of the conflict.
Yeah,
basically.
the first act was the start of the conflict and all the setup. It just took 40 minutes.
Oh wait, that's a bit too long for the second act. For the
that
first
was first act. Second act, was pretty much the majority of the movie.
Yeah, of course.
And then the third act was probably the last 15, 20 minutes.
Okay, so
15 minutes.
Okay, so they got that right, because that's the idea. You sort of want the first act to be around.
Yeah, all the setup and all that. It's just like throwing everyone's backstory. Like, you don't know who the fuck these people are. Like, it throws you, like, the daughter, it throws you to her perspective of what's going on there.
Yeah.
Trying to make you give a shit.
So character development.
Yeah, but in a really bad way.
Yeah.
Like, the reason, like, she's just a volunteer at the refugee camp outside Las Vegas where shit's gone to hell.
Mm.
Because one of her friends with 2 kids went in to try and get money so they could get out. She has to force her way in with the big boys and all that to go into the shit with no experience.
Yeah.
Guilt tripping her dad into letting her do it.
Oh, fuck's sake. See, I like Dave Bautista as an actor because
he dropped the ball on this one.
Then that was the thing, because I remember for a while, every role that he was in before this movie, obviously, I think he really was, except for obviously like a few of them, right? I reckon he was very selective.
Yeah, like that fucking My Spy movie or whatever he did.
Yeah, the kids movie.
That's
what I mean.
Shouldn't have done it.
I know, but obviously, but are you going to turn it like whatever he was paid? Like, oh, here's 15 million. Are you really going to look 15 million in the eyes and go, yeah, no.
Yeah, 15 million in the eyes for to pretty much fuck your acting profile? Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I'd ignore it.
See, if he was on the same level as Sir Patrick Stewart.
Oh, Sir Patrick Stewart can do whatever the fuck he wants and everyone loves him.
That's what I mean. Except for the Emoji Movie, where they made him into a piece of shit.
Yeah,
like a literal emoji shit.
Yeah, or Ian McKellen.
Exactly, yeah.
Or, unfortunately, the late Christopher Lee.
Oh, is he dead?
I think so, yeah.
No, I don't think he's dead.
Not yet?
No, I think he's still alive.
I thought he died.
No, I don't think so. I'll look that up, because I like...
Okay, one of the names I have to say, Tim Curry. That man can do goddamn anything, and he's fucking brilliant.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, yeah. No, I don't think that one movie sort of ruined him. That's the thing.
No,
it was
but
sort of
I still say he shouldn't have done it.
Of course, he shouldn't have done it. But I think when you've just come out of wrestling though, because obviously he was a wrestler to start.
Yeah, but even like look at The Rock. Even when he came out of wrestling, he didn't go straight to kids' films. He was more. Like Welcome to the Jungle.
Oh, I love that movie.
That movie was it's showing off he was showing his he's still doing his action bit.
Yeah,
but he was showing he's a bit of a comedy actor as well.
Yeah, and that's when he was still going by The Rock.
Yeah,
he wasn't going by Dwayne Johnson. He was going by The Rock. Yeah, but at the same time though, especially with Dave Bautista, he's still early in his acting career. Other than he's obviously big with the old Guardians of the Galaxy playing as Drax.
Yeah,
and that was a perfect cast.
Yeah,
I
reckon Drax is good.
Not because of his physique and all that, but just because of his
how he plays him.
It's not so much the way. For me, what sells Drax for me is the voice. Because if I was to look at someone who is fairly dark complexion, bluish skin with red sort of tattooish lines,
yeah,
and fairly muscular, I think what Dave Bautista voice was, the way he delivered the speech and all that, and just I don't know. I think it's Drax. Yeah, I reckon that character is very well done.
Yeah,
especially because he's a very honorable sort of warrior, sort of like the shit from Star Trek, the
Klingon.
So it's sort of going along that line of Klingons, but it's but he still got the humor side towards it.
Mm.
So I reckon that was a good casting role for that one. But I think back onto the actual main topic.
Yes.
So yeah, he's been really good with some of the roles. Like, what's that one movie we watched when we first moved in? It's like Hotel.
Oh yeah, Hotel Archimedes.
Archimedes, yeah,
that was fucking.
That's
good.
yeah. He was a really good. That was a really good movie. Because I sort of
even that one caught you off guard.
Yeah, no, because what I liked about that movie the most was obviously whatever was going on in the hotel and all that, but there was a whole story that was going on around it that was so. I reckon it was like I wish they actually focused a little bit more on that about
the actual world around the hotel as
exactly
well.
About how the government was basically becoming authoritarian, basically.
Yeah.
And like there was obviously, I think that had like a combined total of like 5 minutes of like it talking about it, and the rest of the movie was like what was going on in the hotel. And it was like, shit, the movie was still good. It was like, I wish they talked a little bit more about what was going on in the world.
Yeah,
and that's what it's like.
Because there's this hotel that's fucking armed to the teeth and barricaded like Fort Knox,
basically. But that was a really enjoyable movie, and I really liked the role that he was in and all that kind of stuff. So,
how about we actually go back to the original topic?
What?
We're about three. We're about 3 fucking side paths off the main topic.
Yeah, we're in the seventh dimension now.
Yeah.
Okay, so Army of the Dead.
Yes. But yeah, like honestly, Dave Bautista, his acting wasn't that great in it. It was the story was crap. Like it's it's a zombie flick, but the fact that they used the name Army of the Dead, I was thinking that it was gonna be Xenobites, not fucking zombies.
Yeah, because it's a sequel to the one that came out a couple of years ago, which was it's
Day of the Dead?
Day of the Dead. I think that's the one that came out a few years.
Please, God, for the love of God, don't be a sequel to that.
I think it's a sequel.
No, because the world's not gone to shit.
I think it's
no, because Vegas was a soul aspect. There was nothing like the world. The world outside Vegas was normal.
I think it's a sequel. I remember.
No, I'm telling you, the world outside Vegas was completely normal.
Yeah, but I saw
in Day of the Dead, the world has gone to shit.
Oh, then it's a prequel then. So
Day of the Dead started out with Dawn of the Dead, then.
But I think this has something to actually do with the actual series.
I don't think so. I think it's a standalone thing.
I remember seeing it. I only briefly read an article. I didn't.
Yeah.
We'll have a look at it later.
Because if it's a sequel, then fucking me, God, no. You dropped the ball so fucking hard. Do not pick it up again.
Yeah. Oh, especially Zack Snyder as well.
Nah, honestly, like some people might enjoy Army of the Dead, but for me, I was expecting more. It didn't deliver. They made something that honestly was a bore to watch.
Yeah. Well,
the only bonus is I end up watching Homefront afterwards. No, Jason Statham Homefront.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not a big fan of Jason Statham.
Funny enough, it was fucking Amazon Prime.
Yeah,
they're still charging for it. I found it on Netflix.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Fair enough. But
bonus.
Yeah, yeah. But freaking it's just Zack Snyder. Like he's ascended to godhood at this point, and I think he's a B grade director.
Yeah,
he's not a good director.
Nah.
I liked. The only thing I really like about him the most is his cinematography, like the art directions. And obviously he sort of goes towards that sort of how would I describe it? Like the 300, that sort of style.
That like 300 style is I like that because it's very action packed, but it's very deliberate.
Yeah, but I'm more talking about sort of like the art direction of like the saturation of the colors.
Yeah,
how it's sort of the way it looks to me, it sort of really puts it into the element of being fictional, like super, like it's like an actual comic, basically. Yeah. It's not. It's meant to be an exaggeration, basically. and that's the way I see his art direction. So that's about the one thing I can really say about it. Anything else, like anything I do not find him to be a good director. But because the success of the Snyder cut of Snyder cut,
which we still need to watch.
We still need to watch. That's basically sending him to godhood at this point.
Yeah.
I'm just like I'm pretty sure he had, because he directed Man of Steel.
Yep.
And he also directed Dawn of Justice, which both movies were critically panned by everyone.
No, but at the same time, by Dawn of Justice, which one?
Batman versus Superman.
Oh, yeah.
That's what he directed. See, that's what I mean. And
Man of Steel was good.
I didn't.
For a starting Superman film, it was good.
It was.
It
was all right. I'm gonna give it that much. It was all right.
Yeah, for a starting Superman
Yeah.
film. Batman v Superman.
Oh, God.
God.
That's what I mean. It's just like, you came in with
Doomsday, you poor son of a bitch. They did you so dirty.
Yeah. That's what I mean. It's just like, Jesus. Like, this whole thing did not make sense as well. And obviously the infamous Martha.
Yeah.
Why did you say that name?
Someone needs to be shot over that.
God.
But yeah, they did it. They did our boy.
I want to know who wrote the script. I want to know who wrote the screenplay for that, because that's the writer. So who wrote that screenplay? It should be shot. Oh, don't tell me it was him. If it was him,
No, there's a lot of shit that we like. Yeah, thank Christ that you're the only 3 views in the other video. Because I'd say something that'd probably get me into a lot of trouble, and I plan to have a lot of people watching this. So, because I'm going to start publishing, so I'm going to keep my mouth shut slightly.
What do you want to say?
It's probably a woke writer.
You think so? For what?
Or just, this is going to get me in so much trouble.
I mean, I think
it's probably a female writer having a sappy moment.
Fair enough. Okay, well, don't worry. So after this, I'm definitely gonna have a look up who wrote the screenplay for fucking bloody man.
You know who's probably gonna kill me for that? Yeah.
What? Susan Wojcicki.
For saying that it was probably a female writer having a sappy moment. Don't say it. Don't say the name though.
Who, your partner?
Yeah.
Yeah. But Zack Snyder, like,
I think his ego's starting to get to him.
Yeah, no, with Day of the Dawn of the Dead now. Well, what was Army of the Dead?
Okay, so it's Army of the Dead.
Yeah,
because we've got Dawn of the Dead, both the remake and the original. Oh crap! Mental blank. Guillermo del Toro.
Oh, Guillermo del Toro.
Guillermo del Toro. Day of the Dead. Then we had the remake. Then we had Dawn of the Night of the Living Dead. Followed by Dawn of the Dead.
Yep.
Followed by Day of the Dead.
Yep.
And then there was that one with crap. What is it? The guy from Mentalist, Aussie bloke.
Don't know him by name, but I know his face.
He's an Aussie bloke.
Yeah. Well, funny enough, because I'm looking on my screen right now, I'm like, oh, you know what? I might just put up a little picture just to know, like, because I have no idea who he is. I'm just going to go, like, I'm just going to go on Google Images. Oh, that's the guy. I'll just put him up on the, about, here, see where my finger is? Yeah, I'm going to put him about, wait, there.
Yeah.
I'm going to put his face there.
But yeah, he's in that one, and then I forgot the name of the movie, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I love all those films.
Yeah.
Like, it goes from zombies just shuffling zombies, to running zombies and hordes, to the last one. They're actually starting to re-spark parts of their brain. I mean, they start being able to use tools.
Yeah.
So you watch the evolution over the movies.
Which makes sense. And I guess, compared to like other zombie movies and all that kind of stuff, I guess it does make sense because it's sort of like playing on the aspect of like, this is like the new apex, the new the evolution, the next evolutionary step.
But I will say, I really hope they do it 28 months later.
I think everyone's been asking for that one, but it's just like, because 28 days
and 28 weeks are both fucking brilliant.
Well, I was about to say, because 28 days later was great. 28 weeks later was even better because...
I say 28 months later, you bring back the original 3 as well as the...
One of them died. The first one, and then the...
No, there was the bloke, the dark chick, and the little girl that survived the first movie.
Yeah, no, he died. The guy died.
No, he doesn't.
He does.
No, he doesn't.
Mm.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, no, because what happens in the end...
No, because he's at the hut in the mountains with the big help sign as the jets fly over at the end scene.
Of 28 weeks later.
Of 28 days later.
No, because... No.
No, the 28 weeks later, it's just the little boy and his sister. Yeah. They're the only 2 survivors.
Yeah, no, because at the end of 28 days later, what happens is that's all that scene transpires. But then immediately what happens afterwards is he's in a hospital bed afterwards. But it's just what happened after at the mansion, and the woman with the dark skin is trying to perform CPR on him, and he dies. He's having a life flash before your eyes incident. He's actually dying.
Yeah, I'd have to look into that because I'm pretty sure he survived it.
Yeah.
Because they do have that hospital scene, and then after that,
it has a hospital scene. Then it does that, and then it goes back to the hospital scene again.
No, it doesn't.
It does. It actually does.
I'll pull it out.
Sorry?
I do own it. I can pull it out.
We'll fucking watch it. We'll do it right after this, man. Like, I know for a fact it happens.
And if I'm right,
what do you want? That's you name your price. You name your price, and I will do it. Depending on what it is, I'll do it next week on the podcast, or I'll, repay him when I can.
On podcast, on camera, you have to kneel before me and admit my superiority.
Okay. Okay, I'll accept that. Okay. I'll accept that. I'll do that next week on the podcast, or I won't.
He will.
No, I won't. See, but then, and in return, if I'm right, obviously I want the same thing, but you have to say that I am the master of horror movies within this household. Because trust me, when it comes with horror movies, I am... Because horror movies are my favorite. That's what I mean.
Yeah, good point. You're more horror, I'm more thriller.
Yeah, I love my horrors. Because I know, because my favorite horror movie of all time is John Carpenter's The Thing.
I will say that's a fucking brilliant film.
Oh, yeah.
Jump scare movies aren't my thing. With me, I prefer thrillers.
Oh, see, I'm not a big fan of jump scare horrors either. I'm like I said, you look at The Thing, you look at the Alien, you look at Aliens. Not Aliens, Alien.
No, just Aliens franchise.
Aliens franchise, mainly Alien. That's about it, really.
Yeah.
You look at
the original. No, wait, that's just action based.
That's more. It's more of an action. That one is
Silence of the Lambs.
That's more of a thriller.
Yeah, Silence of the Lambs, Hannibal, Red Dragon.
But yeah. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Because we missed last week, so I think we need to go for a bit longer.
We only missed last week because I was crook as a bloody dog.
Yeah.
I was basically bedridden 3 days.
You basically were. Well, is there anything really else to talk about? That's going to be the problem.
Not at the moment, I don't think. We really do need to start doing dot points and shit like that.
Yeah, that's true. Just sort of keep it to the side, then sort of look at it a little bit later. Yeah, just
keep it on the middle of the table and shit like that, and that's about it.
Yeah. Let me try and think, because you came up with a few topics, and I only came up with a few.
I've come...
3, and I've done about 2 or 3. So maybe another 1 or 2, then we'll see how we go from there.
No, depends on how long have we been going so far. Because I'm.
I mean,
hungry.
I'd have to jump up and go and have a look on the computer.
Just look at your phone. What time did we start?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Oh, you're a twit.
That's the thing. I legitimately can't remember. We're going for roughly.
What time is it right now?
It's about 7 o'clock.
We've been going for over an hour, guarantee it.
Okay, well, I reckon we can go for like another 10, 15.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, so am I, but I'm going to go for another 10, 15.
Asshole.
Yeah, fuck you too. God, what is? Well, what?
Yeah, here's the thing. It's like, oh, we'll go for another 10, 15.
Yeah.
What were you just saying? What other topics are there?
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
My living migraine, everyone. My living migraine.
Yeah, that's all the reason I moved in with him, just so I could piss him off.
Oh, you succeed at that quite well.
I think, well, if anything, I think we're going to have to probably talk about is obviously our actual profession. You know, anything, any stories or anything you want to talk about.
Oh, besides from shit going to hell on Saturday?
Oh, you can talk about that if you like.
We can. Well, you were there for it.
Yeah, but you were there for the majority of it.
I was locked out the back.
Yeah.
Just one of our venues. So yeah, one of our venues. It was all like, because we have to restrict entry into the back area. I have to stay out there. Another guard out the front with the dance floor and everything like that, watching the people. Office guy walks in, comes out, sees me, and is like, "Yeah, I'm going to get a few more boys here. The crowd's not looking that well." And it's like, "Yeah, I noticed that, but I didn't think it was that bad." It's like, "No, we're going to get a few more boys here." Next, 6 more guards rock up.
Well, including the two office
including two office boys and one that came with the office boy. But yeah, 6 more guards rock up.
Yeah, about 6 of us rock up, and then we sort of clean that place up real quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was fun.
Yep. All right. Well, I think I've got one of that. I've got a story. This is an older story, basically. But I reckon this one will probably last about 5 or so minutes. So this should kill some time. So I'm actually putting down my drink for this because I need to really emphasize this.
Oh, shit.
So.
Is it one that I know?
Probably, but I'm going to reiterate it anyway. So when people go out, what's the one thing people do a lot when they're out?
Drinking, obviously.
Yes. But what do we kick out a lot of people for doing?
Drugs.
Exactly. So drugs. So what's worse than doing drugs? In the eyes of people, what's worse than doing drugs?
No, I can think of a few things, but that's from my perspective.
Yeah. Just give me one, just off the top of your head, real quick.
Getting hitting someone, for starters.
Okay, that's not as extreme as I was going to go. So I reckon for a lot of people, what's worse than actually doing drugs is losing your drugs. Okay, so I'm working down at a particular venue. I can't really say the name because obviously
yeah.
And this particular area is known to have its schoolies.
Yep.
All right. So this was about a couple of years ago. I'm sitting at the door of this place. It was a really quiet night, and schoolies were out having a party elsewhere.
Just so people know, I'm giggling because my brain just went click.
You know the story, or you know the venue?
I know what's about to happen.
All right. So, well, you maybe don't, unless I've actually told you the story.
No, but I know the area, and I know I know schoolies.
Yes.
I know what's like during schoolies.
Yeah. So I'm sitting at the door because at the time.
Schoolies.
Exactly. I'm sitting at the door, so I'm making sure, I'm checking IDs before they even get inside to this particular venue. And 2 young fellas walk up. And I'm like, you guys still open? I'm like, yeah, we're still open. And they're like, oh, you might come in, have a few drinks and do whatever else. I'm like, yep, I have no problem with that, guys. All you just do, because you look young looking and all that, just show me some ID and we're all good. Oh, yeah, all good. So one of them gets their ID out straight from the pocket, shows me it straight away. Yep, you're over 18, you're all good. The other one gets his sachet bag, through the front, unzips, opens, ID comes out, baggie of cocaine drops out on the floor right in front of me. So I just go, actually, on second forward, fellas, yeah, you're not coming in. And I just go, with my foot, as you can see, on the ground, whoosh, destroy the baggie, coke goes everywhere, all over the ground. So about $300 to $350 gone.
Yeah.
And they're just like, oh, you can't do that. Why the fuck did you do that? And I just turn around and go, fellas, if you have an issue for what I've done, the cop shop's just around the corner. You can go and explain to them that I destroy your drugs. and then they continue to walk and go, oh, fuck you. I'm like, yeah, have a good night, fellas.
I will say there's been a few times I've seen them drop their drugs and it's like, here, turn around and walk the other way.
Oh,
like our place that we have to drive to, our summer venue. There was a time.
Summer venue. Yep.
There was a time that I was on one of the doors, and worst one is the one that's coming in from said dining area.
Oh, yeah, that door. I know which one you're talking
Yep.
about.
He because we had the other door closed for the time being.
Yeah.
He rocked up and was like, "Oh, yep, just need CID." Pulled out and then baggie dropped. And was like, "You dropped something, mate." I was like, "What?" He looked down. Oh, and I was like, "Yeah, go home, mate." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, no way am I letting you in. Go home."
See, he had one of two options that night. That at that moment, when he looked down and saw that on the ground, he had one of two options. He could have turned around and gone, "That's not mine. I honestly don't know where that came from." And in fairness, I'm probably like, fair enough, but I'll just take that away from you then, just because I don't want anyone else to have it, you know?
Yeah.
So that's my opinion. So that's it. Option A is deny that it was even yours. Or two, oh, fuck, that is my... Oh, thanks for that, mate. It's like, well, then, yeah, you've just admitted that you've got drugs. I've just seen you have drugs. Get the fuck out of my venue.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what I did.
Yeah.
You dropped something, mate. Oh, what? Oh, yeah.
Oh.
And he went down, grabbed it, and I shit you not. Because I turned around and said, "Drop something, mate," and he went, "Oh, thanks for that," and picked it up, and that's when I said, "Go home."
Oh my God! So he went the latter half. He went to the.
Went the latter half, and want to know something? Diners were about 3 feet away from him.
Oh my God! What an idiot! He could have. I wouldn't. But at the same time, like
and they saw it drop out of his pocket.
Yeah. Like at that point, you would have been like, yeah, you would have had to kick him out because the other patrons that were.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would have.
Yeah, there's no way he was coming in. Not after I've seen that. He had no chance.
I mean, because like if you were that kind of person, you maybe could have taken advantage of going, actually, I'll take that.
Yeah, but
the fact that the fact that there was actually diners that saw it drop. It's not like you. If they saw you just go pick it up and go, all right, you can come in now.
No, but at the same time, having the diner, like they had a giggle as well. Like when I turned around and said, "Drop something, mate," and like, "Yep, you can go home now." They pissed themselves.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's also putting on a,
yeah,
it's good. It was a good display that like we don't tolerate that.
Yeah.
So. I had an audience. So I was like, yeah, I'm doing everything to make it so it's like, no chance. Yeah.
Like, it's always fun, catching people in the act of, like, doing drugs and all. Like, it's not so much like that. That's in the act. Or it's not so much in the actual act, but you see the evidence that they have drugs. It's even funnier just catching them in the act. Because I remember, another story down at the summer venue.
Yep.
Well, that would be the name for now, summer venue.
The summer venue.
Yeah. And I remember I just walked into the toilets just to go to the toilet. Not the main toilets, but the restaurant toilets. Yep. I went in there just to go to the toilet. But 15 seconds before I went in there, there was 3 lads just walked in.
Yep.
So it was a Friday night. There was like less than 50 people in the venue. I'm like,
so it was still it was one of the quiet nights.
Yeah, and it was just like 9:00 at night.
One of the quiet nights.
Yeah. So I was like, whatever, I don't care. Like I'm looking, I went, they're probably going to do it, but I mean, it's a Friday night, it's dead inside, and I can't be bothered.
Yeah.
So I walked in. As soon as I opened the door, one of them's already at the basin, like washing his hands, and then next thing you know, he just goes, and walks out soon afterwards.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, what the okay, what's going on here? And then all I hear is like, oh, this is going to be so good. Hey, whatever your face is, do you want to come in and try this stuff?
In other words, they didn't get the hint.
Yeah. So, and like, I just get into the next cubicle. I just put the toilet seat down and the lid down. I just look over and I see two of them there. I go, yeah, actually, I wouldn't mind having a go, mate. Oh, yeah. Get the fuck out. And then as soon I get him out of the toilet and I'm walking him to the door and I'm like, yeah, you guys weren't very subtle about about doing drugs, are you? I'm like, nah, not really. I'm like, yeah, we're really sorry, mate. I'm like, yeah, that's all good, but tonight, get the fuck out.
I don't want to deal with your shit.
Like, I could go on for hours just talking about all the fucking stories about just not alone just kicking out people for doing drugs, but all the other reasons I've kicked out people just for in general. But drugs are just the funniest one because they always have like the best reactions.
Did I mention the crazy dancing on tabletop lady that I sort of lost my shit out a bit?
Where at?
My Wednesday nights.
Your Wednesday nights, yeah. I don't think you did. I don't think you even told me this story. So this is an exclusive, actually.
Okay, so Wednesday night, as you know, uni nights. Older couple came in. Like,
how old would you roughly say?
We're talking a night that's normally made for 18 to 21-year-olds, and this couple that came in are like early 40s.
Oh, ooh, okay.
Yeah, I know.
For a uni night as well. So.
Yeah, I know. And yeah, like DJ was going off, da-da-da. This lady got on one of the high top tables and started dancing.
Mm-hmm.
One of the high top tables.
Is that where the dance floor is behind them?
Yep.
Yeah, I know which one.
Like with, yeah. And got one of them.
Yeah, can I just pause that for one moment? I love the fact that like you and I can just talk about a particular section and go, yeah, there, and just know exactly where we're talking about.
Yeah.
And all the fans are just like, well, I wonder what fucking venue they're at because I won't fucking know. Just tell us the venue. Like, no.
But yeah, I kid you not, this lady got onto the high top and started dancing. I just rocked up straight away because I just went, what the fuck do you think you're doing?
Oh.
And she's like, what? Get the bloody hell down now.
Yeah.
And she started getting pissed off with me because I told her to get off the table.
Yeah.
Little Russian lady.
Oh, shit. Suka blöd.
She started going off. Her husband was like, nah, I completely get it. You're all good. She's just... Yeah, and I just went, leave now.
Yeah.
Like not. I didn't get. She was starting to go, and I was like, I don't give two shits what you think you're doing. Get the hell out. So yeah, they left. I got told later on. Yeah, the lady was screaming her head off when her husband was like, I am so sorry.
Oh yeah. See, again, another little service, like a little PSA basically, and all that kind of stuff. It's not so much like dancing on, do not dance on tables at venues because it's
that's like a given.
That's a given. But I'm just saying, in general, so if you ever see, whether maybe, if you're male or female and you're at my venue, if you're a fan living in Melbourne area, within
we'll just leave it at that.
So I'm saying the Melbourne area, and I'm at the venue doing security, and you decide to jump on a table or a chair to start dancing,
or any other furniture,
or furniture in general. I explicitly say chairs and tables for a reason.
Yep.
Because I'm not going to tell you to get off the table. What I'm going to do is I'm literally going to walk up to you. I'm going to pick you up and onto the ground.
Whereas me, I'll walk up to you and say, "What the fuck do you think you're doing?"
I don't even talk to him. I just go down, and then I talk to him because I'm like, now you're on my level.
Yeah. Whereas me, you seen me when I see someone that's pissed me off.
I've seen that too many times.
Yeah. So me looking at you is enough to get your attention when I'm pissed off.
I'm like, oh no.
That makes a lot of people go, oh shit. Yeah.
See.
Oh, I'm looking forward to this Wednesday as well.
What's this Wednesday?
Where I've already discussed it with a few people, with the management there.
At Wednesday night.
Yep, at Wednesday night. If you are caught vaping in the venue, no more warnings.
Oh, it's just straight out. Ooh, that's.
And guess who suggested it?
I'm guessing you or Heath.
Hi.
and that and so
he's agreed to it.
Yep.
Dorman's agreed to it.
Yep.
Other guards know about it.
Yep.
The crew that organised Saturday nights have been forewarned about it.
Yep.
Owner has requested that the organisers put it on their Facebook page that if they are caught vaping inside, they are instant removal from the venue.
So you're gonna have a look either later on tonight or tomorrow to see if it's on there.
Yep, and I am going to have so much fun because I am sick of these little shits getting warnings and doing it again 5 minutes later. So I'm just gonna drag their asses out.
So it's just straight out,
no questions asked.
Yeah, no,
vaping inside, fuck off.
Yeah, because
I am going to fucking love this.
Because there's so many people today or in venues that are just vaping inside. They're like, "Oh, we didn't know." And like, no, you're vaping; it's still smoking. It's like,
no,
I know it's not smoking, but you know,
you want to know what I love doing? It's like, mate, what are you doing? It's like, what? No vaping inside. Oh, I didn't know. I turned around to him, and someone I said last week is like, okay then tell me what venue in Victoria allows you to vape inside?
I think you can actually extend that to where in Australia can you do it, because I'm pretty sure in Australia in general you cannot smoke and or vape inside.
And I've actually said that to him. I was like, I don't know. Here's the hint: fucking none, you idiot.
See, there's only ever been
Oh, except there's probably only one exception.
Yeah. Crown.
No. Other guard and all that invite a few times. You've gone with them a few times. Hookah places. Oh, shisha.
Shisha. Oh, that's shisha. Though.
Yeah.
Smoking the hookahs on the shisha, the Middle Eastern sort of like big.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's different.
Yeah.
That's different.
How's that different though?
No,
I've never actually been.
Well, because the actual whole idea is that you're there to smoke shisha. That's it.
Yeah.
You're not there to buy. Well, obviously because it's it's more of a Middle Eastern sort of tradition, sort of like Middle Eastern things. Obviously, there's no alcohol or anything.
Yep.
But the whole idea is like you're literally just smoking.
Yeah.
You literally just get a hookah, and there'll be like a table of like if it was just us two, there would be a big hookah here, and there may be one or two things that we can smoke from, and we just sit there and just go. And that's it. That's
because it's all just flavored, isn't it?
It's a flavored. It's flavored tobacco.
Yeah.
It's heavily flavored. Like, you can't taste the nicotine or the actual tobacco itself.
Oh, nice.
So it's literally like if you get apple mint, you can taste the apple mint. You cannot taste the tobacco at all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I see. Like I'm about to say like the only other place I would probably say is Crown, but that's like if you're a high roller, if you're dropping like $100,000 bloody bets.
Yeah, and if you've got VIP room shit like that.
Exactly, VIP, and like again, this is going to actually roll into another story. Actually, is like of the only time I've ever been allowed to smoke inside of a licensed venue.
Yeah.
So this is going back. Oh, Jesus. Okay, when was that? 7 years ago. So yeah, I did the math in my head this time.
And you're shit at math.
I'm not that bad. Okay, so it was about 7 years ago because yeah. So basically, I went to Mildura sort of area.
Yep.
And to go visit my grandmother for her birthday at the time, and I think it was birthday. Yeah.
Come on, get the words in your head.
Yeah,
before you
I
talk.
was just trying to remember. Okay, so and it was then the night, one of the nights, it was me, my father, my cousin, my brother, and my female cousin's partner.
Yep.
Decided to go out to one of the local bars, or pub, I should say. And we sit there and we're just doing the drinks on the piss and all that kind of stuff. Which I've actually also got to say as well.
Don't get sidetracked.
I'll do it afterwards then. So we're just buying rounds and all that and playing pool and shit. And it's getting on to about like 10, 11 o'clock at night. And we're starting to get our cigarettes ready to go. And we're all about to go out and have a quick cigarette. And this random guy just walks up to us and goes, fellas, it's all good. You can smoke in here if you want. And, we sort of looked at ourselves and went, I don't think, the owner's going to really appreciate us smoking indoors. And he turns around and goes, yeah, well, funny enough, fellas, I'm the actual owner, and if you guys want to smoke, you can smoke in here. And I was like, oh, fucking really? Straight away, and just playing pool on the piss and all that kind of stuff. So, in a license in New South Wales as well.
Yeah.
So it's in that area, but it's in New South Wales. So I'm playing pool in a pub in a licensed venue in New South Wales, just like, yeah. Yeah. Which I've actually that's one thing I've definitely noticed. In Victoria mainly, because in New South Wales, rounds. Whose round is it? Victoria doesn't do that.
Oh yeah, they do.
Not lately. Like this younger generation don't do it.
No, they've been doing it a lot. You haven't been to a Wednesday night. They do it constantly.
But I'm talking about but that's. I feel as though that's different because when you're at a pub or a club, like a pub,
yeah,
that's what you've got to do. You've got to do rounds, pub or a club. But at sort of like a nightclub, rounds aren't a thing. You just buy your own drinks.
Nightclub, yeah.
I say your Wednesday nights are more of a nightclub.
Yeah, but surprisingly, they do rounds. Like, there's a lot of them that do.
But no, at the I'll call our spot the schooling spot, basically. Every once a week or once a fortnight or something, we get a group of young lads coming through, and they only ever buy pots or if you're New South Wales middies, and if you're South Australian they're schooners or just the fucking 285 ml size cups. Yeah. And none of them buy rounds. It's always they come up and buy themselves, and they come into a group of 10 of them. So obviously, I think at that venue it's about $5 to $6 per pot. So I mean, if there's 10 of you, that's.
Let's be honest, at the venue, I wouldn't be surprised if it's $10 a pot.
It's about $6.20.
No, I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, it wouldn't surprise me either. But so it's $6 a pot, and so $60. That's a lot of money to drop. But at the same time, though, there's 10 of you, and if each one of you does it,
there's 10 drinks a pot.
There you go. You've already spent your $60.
Yeah.
If they do it, but they don't. They only ever go up to 2 or 3 pots.
Yeah, with 10 people, I wouldn't do it because some people won't be drinking as much as others.
Yeah.
So it'd be those ones that. In a big group, I wouldn't, because simple fact is some people, like I said, people might want to drink less, some people might want to drink more.
I think the appropriate amount is no more than 5.
Yeah, no more than 5.
When you do about 5, and then
after over 5 is too many people to buy round for.
Yeah, but when it's about 5 or less, it's mandatory. I would say you have to do rounds. You have to do rounds because especially on my dad's side, rounds is a big thing because again on that same fucking night, smoking indoors, we were doing rounds. So I think my dad did the first round. My cousin did the second round. I did the third round. All right. So there was my female cousin's partner it was my brother. So my brother was the 4th round. What the fuck are you doing that for?
Come on, get your words in your head first.
Yeah. I'm sorry. But okay. So we're on to our 3rd round. So it's the 4th round with my brother. And next thing you know, we're sitting there. And then next thing you know, my brother comes up with a fresh schooner. And my dad just looks at him and goes, "Oh, I hope you brought all straws for us." He goes, "Oh, why?" He's like, "Because we're fucking obviously sharing one fucking beer." So my dad just takes the schooner off him and goes, "Go to the bar and buy us more fucking beer."
Yeah, as you fucking would.
So he walks up to our, goes to the bar and goes, "Yeah, can I have another 4 more fucking schooners?" He fucking makes him buy us. Oh, I will never forget that night. Even though I got absolutely shit-faced that night, but I will never forget it because it was just so memorable because of that particular incident, and plus the fact that I was able to smoke indoors, man.
Yeah, can we stop talking about smoking? I'm fucking killing.
I think we're about ready to finish up anyway. So yeah, we'll finish up here.
Oh, thank Christ! I'm
All right.
hungry and I want to kill for a cigarette.
Yeah, same here. All right, so thanks for tuning in, guys. I think we went for about close to an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes, or whatever it is.
we went a little bit over our normal because he wanted to continue it on.
Yeah, but only because I sort of want to make up for last week. That's sort of the idea. But I think because next week we're going to stick around to like an hour to an hour 15.
Yeah, and we'll actually be a bit more prepared because
I'll be definitely a little bit more prepared, and I know you will be, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, again, thanks for tuning in. Please do follow us on mainly on Twitter.
Right now he's running it because I'm a lazy prick.
I don't really post that much on it, but I think I'm only waiting till I get a few followers onto it.
Yeah, we need to start. We've got 7 subscribers on this, but let's face it, 2 of them are us.
Yeah, I know that.
We need to start. We're gonna try and organising a little. We'll try and publicise this a bit more and everything like that. See what happens.
Pretty much. So follow us on Twitter. You can follow the main Twitch channel, which is Set and Drink _official.
Have you actually been streaming on that?
No, not yet. I'm thinking about. I was planning on doing it with Mass Effect, but I was like, no. I just want to play for it.
Yeah, I think I might do. I think I might stream BioMutant. I'm not too sure.
Oh, it's up to you, man. Just let me know, then I'll flip you over to the Twitch channel for it.
Yeah.
Or you can do it on your private.
Remember, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Anyway, folks, thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the bullshit that we produce.
Yeah. So, please do leave a like on the video. Leave a comment about anything, that you liked it or want us to talk about, if there's anything that comes up. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, obviously to keep you up to date about what's going on and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, our shows are normally like once a week, until we start getting more followers and all that, and actually could possibly make this our living. Right now it's going to be sticking to one big video.
Pretty much, it's going to be just one video a week until we can start, like you said, more subscribers, meaning more content for you guys.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Okay. Well, to everyone, stay tipsy.
Stay tipsy, guys.